Hello, Reshaper. Fantastic. In this stream, I want to share with you the perfect body proportions. Yes, yesterday I have talked about the perfect shapes of life, the perfect structures of life, and today I want to talk about more the thing that is the most important and has the highest vibration. Not really has the highest vibration, but I have told yesterday why most human beings do not have it anymore. However, I want to talk about I just want to tell you that we have to know our perfect proportions of our body. And it's not just if you want to become, you want to make suits and stuff like that. It's not that crucial. However, what is so crucial to know those those proportions? Because when you know those proportions, what will happen is, first of all, your body gets healthier. And for health, as you might know, spiritual awareness and spiritual growth is one of the most important things. And how to do it methodologically, with a method, well, how to do it actively, how to grow spiritual actively without using some complicated algorithm that I am learning right now and that are under copyright, as I told yesterday. A really easy, simple technique for everyone that can use. Everyone can use it. If you have a hand, you can use it. Even people without a hand, you can use it. Somehow you can use it, guys. Now, it's a really simple technique, and as I told you also yesterday, it's not my own technique, but my mentor, Serova. And basically what you need for it is, just take a piece of paper and pencil. This is the only thing you need. Piece of paper and a pencil. And I don't want to take it right now, because right now I want you to take notes what I'm talking about, because there will be many measurements that you want to take a note of. Okay, many measurements, and I want you to just follow by and take the notes, and then you can write it on a piece of paper. And today we want to write a woman's body. Why a female body, not why a male's body? Because for a male's body, we need the permission of God, of the universe, you name it. And because it's hard to get the permission, easier to get the easiest one, woman's body. And nevertheless, if you're male like myself, or if you have another gender, basically it doesn't matter. You have the same effect from it when you are writing those lines. Now, without further ado, let's jump in. Really easy thing, basically really easy. First things first, you want to draw a hat, right? It is like an egg-shaped form, an egg, right? And this hat is our new measurement. We call it H, okay, for hat. Hat, H, you guess it, okay? Pretty easy. Okay, good. Now, you have the hat. And now with the hat, we want to go towards the proportions. The first proportion is, ideal human proportion is that from the top of the hat till not your tippy toes, but till your sole, till your toe, till your sole, right? Sole of your feet, right? Insole, sole, right? You know what I mean. It's 8.5 H hats, okay? 8.5 hats. Okay? Good. Now, what's happened when people have more or less, aka the balance is not there? Well, some people have a bit, some people's faces look big, some a little bit too small, some people have longer legs, some smaller legs, you name it. So basically, this is the ideal human's height, right? And it's not about centimeters, it's about 8.5 hats. It depends how big the head is, so it has to be 8.5 of it. Okay? Awesome. Now, next one is the shoulders, the width of, from the shoulders to the waist. Really important part is here. From the shoulders to the waist, it should be 2 hats, 2H. Because if it's less, your face looks too big. If it's more, it looks too small. Pretty easy, right? Now, next one is the neck, or the area from your chin till your chest, or to the chest of this avatar that you are drawing. It's one fourth of the head. 1/4 of the head. Okay? Awesome. Now we go to the shoulder width. The shoulder width should be 2 heads. 2 heads. Now we go from the shoulder to your waist. Okay? This area from the shoulder to waist, it should be 2 heads. Again, 2 heads. Otherwise, what will happen is, I just told you, right? From a shoulder to waist, it should be 2 heads. Otherwise, it will be too small, too big. You know it. You know it. Okay. By the way, I have just told it twice, but basically just one time. Shoulder to heads, you're good. Now, from your waist till your knee is 3 heads. From your waist to your knee is 3 heads. When you have less, then your feet looks a little bit too small. From waist to knee. If it's more, then you have really long feet, right? Like a freaking supermodel. Now the next one is from the knee to your ankle is 2 heads. Basically 2 heads. Right? From waist till knee is 3 heads. From knee to ankle is 2 heads. Again, if more, if it looks like freaking supermodel. If less, you look like a hobbit, not like a hobbit, but basically you have smaller feet, not that long. You have shorter feet or shorter legs. Now the next one is from your ankle to your sole. From your ankle to your sole is half of a head, a half on the head. From ankle to your sole should be half on the head. Now let's go. I have also another numbers here. Just a moment. I have all the numbers here for Japanese. Okay, awesome. Now, your both basically your thighs. Yeah. The width of the thighs of both thighs should be 1.5 heads. 1.5 heads. So more than 1 head. Okay. And the length of your arms should be a little bit, coming to your thighs, like the middle of your thighs should be reachable with your fingers. If you stretch your hands, if you just let them fall, like, okay? It shouldn't reach your knees, otherwise it's too long. But like thighs, it's a good length, and it's thighs, maybe middle of the thighs, maybe a little bit longer, but not till your knees. You have still some inches before the knees. Now, the width of your 2 arms of your arms should be 1 head. 1 head, okay? If you're a man, you can have a little bit more. Same goes also for the shoulder width. As a woman, you have 2 heads. If as a man, you can maybe have 3 heads or 2.5, okay? It depends. But 2 heads is for women the best thing. Now, let's go to the other things that we have. Now, from chest to your pelvis, well, the width, I know, it's not the width. Yeah. The width of your chest should be the same as the width of your pelvis. Okay? Or of this avatar, basically. But this is what's the best one, right? The width of the chest is the same as the width of the pelvis. Male, maybe a little bigger, but women, the same. Now, both knees should have the same width as the waist. Also pretty interesting. Both knees has the same width as the waist. Not too big, not too small, but optimal. You know, it's the best thing you can have. Now the next one is, these are all the proportions I've just told you. When you have made notes that I've told you, then you know the proportions. Now, let's go to the next one, which is basically just knowing of the proportions is an amazing thing, but the trick is, it's not just the knowledge of it, but the usage of it, or how you can draw, or how you have to draw these proportions. Well, the point is, you have to drawing without thinking, without analyzing, without making any assumptions, without making any this is good, this is bad evaluations, and letting your hand drawing without any mental control. Really important thing. Let your hand draw these proportions without any mental control. Really important point. Because just knowledge of this whole proportion is a good thing, but without letting your hand drawing, without any mental control, it doesn't have that much. You don't have that much results, okay? That you want to have. You don't get the results you want to have. Now, what kind of results you might have? What kind of effect it might have? Basically, you're drawing in your own space. You know, you're moving in your space, you're living in your space, every movement, every thought, everything, you are in this kind of space. In this kind of space, it should be pretty clean there, right? I have told you before, it's like the same with the soul, right? It's a little bit different, but like the same with the soul. You can take it like a soul, but it should be really clean there. Now, so we shouldn't leave any, anything behind us basically, because it should be clear. And when you are drawing into the space, the information is already there, and your body subconsciously, again, not consciously, but subconsciously starts to adapt towards these proportions. Okay? And because of it, you're doing the whole thing in an atmosphere where everyone is screaming around? No. You are doing and listening to music? No. You are doing in absolute silence, in silence. You want to do it in silence. You can put on headphones, everyone is loud out there, so you have silence just for silence, right? Where maybe they have like noise cancelling thing, just put in there, and you want just to have absolute silence and try to not to think, just to make your hand do the thing. Nothing else. Pretty easy, right? And the thing is, when you do it in silence, in absolute silence, you are in what? In co-creation with the creator or God or universe, you name it. And what happens also when you do it, because you are focusing your subconsciousness, not your consciousness, again, your subconsciousness, you're focusing on this perfect or the best proportions, ideal proportions. Okay? These ideal proportions you are actually focusing on. And because you are focusing on this kind of ideal proportions, what will happen is your body will adapt. As I told before, it will adapt and becomes more healthier. For example, some people who had too short feet can get longer feet, and you have too much weight on your butt maybe, or maybe on your thighs, you can get less. Because you're running those proportions, because your body is watching it. It's not you watching it, it's not your consciousness watching it, but your subconsciousness, again, another level. Okay? And doing this whole, as I said, doing the whole process, there should be no prejudice, no things like, hey, it looks so perfect, I want to become the same, and you go for a diet. No. There should be no thoughts, nothing, niente. Okay? Really important thing. Really important thing. If you don't done this one part right, then you don't have any results. This is the most important thing. And because you're in the co-creation, you have less complexes. When you have less complexes, you'll get more healthier, and your body adapts to this perfect proportion. And some people got to the perfect proportion because they have done this exercise. Now, guys, you can start to write it every single day, the same thing. And I say it's not needed. It's not needed. In fact, you have just to write it once. You have your right just once. So how can you get it? How can you adapt towards it? Well, I mean the actual writing. What you can do afterwards, you just make a copy of it and just write in the air without having even a pen. So your hand is adapting the structure of the perfect lines. And because of it, you have more results. Isn't it cool? Isn't it cool? Try it out. Now, Reshaper, I hope you got some value from it. So smash the like button, share with friends, comment number of things you picked up so far in the comments. I haven't put it now on TikTok, but it will. Today I will put it on TikTok. So watch out. I wish you an awesome day as always. Do not lie to yourself and pursue your passion now. See you maybe tomorrow.